Hello and welcome to the new session of Polity. So in this session we are going to discuss about the part 4A, that is fundamental duties. So earlier we have discussed fundamental rights, DPSP and so on. So what is the difference between right and duty? Right is which the person has. Okay. Duty is the person has to perform. Okay, so in this session we are going to discuss the fundamental duties mentioned in article number 51A, the only article which mentions the fundamental duties under the part 4A of Indian Constitution. Okay, so the duties of the citizens. Moving on to the which committee has recommended these fundamental duties. So Sardar Swaran Singh committee has recommended the addition of fundamental duties into the Indian Constitution. So when the Constitution came into force on 26 January 1950, these fundamental duties were not present. So these were added later. So which committee has recommended? The Sardar Swaran Singh committee has recommended their addition. So how many fundamental duties exist? There are 11 fundamental duties. The first 10 were added through 42nd Constitutional Amendment 1976. And the 11th fundamental duty was added through 86th Constitutional Amendment 2002. So total 11 fundamental duties. This is a very repeated question in many general studies examinations. So 11 we have under fundamental duties. So we'll see one after the other. So what is the first fundamental duty? To abide by the Constitution. That means everyone in this country should abide by this Constitution. No one is above the Constitution, and they have to respect the national flag, and they have to respect the national flag, and they have to respect the national anthem also. What is our national anthem? Jana Gana Mana, composed by Sir Rabindranath Tagore in Bengali. Okay, so we must respect our national flag and national anthem. This is our first fundamental duty. Moving on to the next fundamental duty, to cherish and follow the ideals which have inspired our national struggle for freedom. That means there are some ideals which have inspired us in the national movement for independence, like ahimsa, that is non-violence, following truth, honesty, satya. These are some of the noble ideals which we have taken from our national struggle for independence. We must cherish them and follow them under the second fundamental duty. Next is third fundamental duty, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, integrity and unity of the nation. What do you mean by sovereignty? Ruling independently. Okay, do we have any external influence? No. Okay, so we must not reveal our secrets to any other countries, and we must protect our unity. Though we belong to different religions, we are finally Indians, right? We must protect our dignity also of the nation. We should not fight each other always. Next is the fourth fundamental duty, to defend the country and protect our country when called upon to do so. Whenever the nation calls us, we must be ready to defend our country and fight for our country under the fourth fundamental duty. Next is fifth fundamental duty, to promote harmony and spirit of brotherhood. We must maintain peace so that other people can also live peacefully, and we must be united to live along with other communities or gender or place of birth people. Okay, and we must not do things which takes away the dignity of women, which are derogatory to the dignity of women. Okay, the next fundamental right is to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. India has distinct culture. Okay, so we are the ones who have to protect it. Okay, we must protect our composite culture. Next is to protect and improve the natural environment, wildlife, lakes, etc. We have already seen in Directive Principle. It is also a fundamental duty also. We must protect our natural environment. See, nowadays giving money is not important to the generations. We must give a good environment to live. And we should have compassion towards living creatures. Not only human beings are living creatures. Other people are also living creatures like animals, etc., plants. We must be compassion. Civil servants should have compassion towards the poor, or the government servants should have compassion. They should think that they are like the poor person and they should understand the poor person problems. So we must protect our natural environment. Next is to develop scientific temper. What do you mean by scientific temper? It means you have to go through logic or evidence. We should not follow superstitious beliefs, and we should also develop humanism. We must be humane to others. We are not animals, or we are not machines. We are humans. We must be humane. We must show humanity and develop spirit of inquiry. We should ask questions and reform. We must accept change in life. Okay. Next is to safeguard public property. So public property is always borne by the public. Whenever we damage any public property, again the politicians doesn't keep from their pocket. Again they take up from the public property only. So we must protect our public property, and we must abjure violence. We must give up violence. Okay, we must practice non-violence. Next is we must strive towards excellence in all spheres of life. Okay, we must try to excel in our field, whichever we are in, either in individual or in group wise, so that the nation will move towards higher standards and it will grow and develop. The last 11th fundamental duty is, it is a duty of the parent or guardian to provide education to the child from 6 to 14 years of age. So the first 10 were added through 42nd Amendment 1976. This 11th one regarding education was added through 86th Amendment 2002. See, we have to remember articles from 1 to 51A for all the competitive examinations. After that, we will see what are those important ones in the coming chapters. Hope you have learned enough things up to 51A. We shall continue in the next session. Thank you.